Hello Eurovoxes! Welcome back to another Eurovox video, and today we're going to talk about Latvia Supernova and the songs that made it to the final. So guys, which are the songs you're most happy to see in the final?
Oh, well, there's actually quite a few that have moved on that I'm really happy to see. There are a few disappointments as well, but I have to say that I'm really thrilled to see Samantha Tina. I'm not surprised that she's made it through. I think her song's really great. But a few that I am surprised to see and happy to see would be Anna Polyester, Katrina Diamanta with Heartbeats, and also Edgar with Tridamite.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. I have to say I really like his song. I was a little bit worried that it might be a bit too understated, but it's through, and now it has a chance to compete for Latvia.
How about you, Twan?
So the ones that I'm most excited for, and is also my winner, is Katarina Diamanta with Heartbeats. And I'm also really excited for Samantha Tina. I really like her song too.
Mm-hmm.
And I also actually love Celeste's song called Like Me.
Any songs you're sad that didn't make it to the final?
Yeah, definitely. My top favorite was Madara with Marash Zeme, if I'm pronouncing it right. And she would have actually been in my top 10 of the entire Eurovision throughout the all years.
How about you, Stuart?
Twan said it. That was the one that I was really disappointed to see not make it through to the final for Supernova. It really stood out for having this this very traditional presentation, and it was mostly sung in Latvian. It is really sad because I know that Madara has made it further when she's tried in the past to represent Latvia. But I don't know, maybe it will be another year for her with a different song.
Talking about whose year this is, it's definitely Samantha Tina's year, because let's talk about her song and her whole presentation. She's going with an Aminata song, and that's a recipe for success from Latvia. And I have to say, the drop of that song is amazing.
It's great,
yeah. Oh my god, it's so catchy. And the best thing, what I like the most about this performance, or at least the live performance we've seen so far, is that she's genuinely having fun and enjoying herself. And I think it feels like nobody's watching her, and she's like in her room just dancing. And because when she goes like, whoa, it's just very genuine. It comes at the right time. I don't know how you guys feel about the song. Go ahead, Stuart.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm really thrilled to see it go through to the final. I have to say the performances that we see through the Latvian broadcaster, we're seeing an audition that they invited these 24, 26 acts to come and perform their song for the first time. You have to, and I say have to see the music video for this song. It has a lot of really interesting imagery, and it's also got a very clear concept. You're seeing, firstly, it's all women that you see, including some young girls, and there seems to be a message about the pressures that are put on women to appear a certain way, to be attractive, to be really thin, and you'll see what I mean when you actually watch the video. It's really captivating, and I hope that they can incorporate some of that dancing on stage. If they do, I think it will be a really strong contender, not only at Supernova, but also in Rotterdam, if it makes it that far.
Yeah, one of the things I really liked about this song is the possibilities of the staging, and paired with the video, with those really strong visuals, it can really make an impact. How are you feeling about this song, Twan?
The song I really love, and I've got to admit, I haven't watched the music video entirely so far. I've watched some little clips, and from what I've seen, the video clip really makes an impact on people by showing those images of women and the message that it's trying to spread. So I think it's Samantha Tina's year, not only because of the message she's got, but also because of the song she's got and the endless possibilities that the performance can bring to her.
Reaching for the stars, I'm knowing getting closer. Life is music, I am a composer.
I also asked on my Instagram which was your favorite national selection song so far, and many people said Samantha Tina from Latvia. So there's a good chance. But let's just not get ahead of us, and let's talk about the other candidates, because another name that has been resonating so far, and we know him from last year, is Edgar Kreilis with Tridimite. I personally think he has a really nice instrumental in the chorus and the pre-chorus. Like the whole music production is really good, and it's a good modern song. It will do well on the radio.
I have to say that I do really like the instrumental, especially the breakbeat element of it with the backing vocals. Of course, we didn't see any backing vocals in the performance, so I am really excited to see what it will look like on stage. And I think that the energy will be there a lot more when there's a clear concept that ties everything together. So I would be very happy to see this move on as well. And yeah, another solid entry, I think.
You look like a light of You look like a light of my life.
Let's talk about the other contestants, because there's a name that's quite familiar, Katrina Dimanta. Twan, I thought you liked the song.
Yes, I love this song. She was in Eurovision 2014 with Cake to Bake. And this time she's really gone for another type of song, which I really like, and I also really think fits her voice very well.
Boom, boom, up, da, boom, boom, heartbeats. Boom, boom, up, da, that's how my heart beats. Boom, boom.
She's very likable. She connects with the audience instantly. I somehow, though, feel Eurovision might not be the right stage for this song, but that's personally my opinion. I don't know how you feel about this, Stuart.
I think I agree with you, but I wouldn't be. I'm kind of on the fence with this. I really like the song. I think it was one of the ones that stood out to me when I watched all the performances. Because again, this is something that has a very clear concept. They also had things that you didn't really see with some of the other performances. They had a dancer, for example, and with the feel and the genre of the song, I think it could really come alive with the right dancing in this case, because it's really fun and upbeat. I'd say it's a little bit kishy, but that could work. That could work in its favor. And again, if we're talking about Cake to Bake, that was that was a joke entry, right? Yeah. So if I think that there's lots that could happen with this that could do well.
Yeah. Another song that we've mentioned is Anna with a triple N. I like what you said. It's a very understated song, very soft, minimalistic song. So I think it could stand out, and it's very radio friendly and easy to the ear.
Yeah, but there's a lot of debate about whether or not this is also a joke song or a fun song, whatever you want to call it. Because to me, I kind of describe it as the thrift shop, the deep house version of thrift shop, because she's talking about T-shirts for $1, that kind of thing.
I think there's a lot of metaphors in that song, and it's like a very typical Latvian humor in that song.
Okay. Well, in this case, I think that it just has to come through with the staging, and I think that's why this one kind of split opinion when we were watching the audition, because it was just being performed. There weren't really any accompanying elements that could have made that a little bit more clear. So I'm definitely curious to see what this is going to look like.
T-shirts in all the colors, need more. What will I wear next summer? T-shirts.
Let's talk about she looks like the youngest contestant, Celeste, and Like Me. How do you feel about this song, Twan?
It's actually my third favorite. At first, I wasn't really into it, but then I got a second listen and a third listen, and I really started to like the song, and now it's my third favorite, so I'm really liking it.
I like that she embodies this teen angst. That's the best way I can describe it. And she has a very pleasant voice.
And I don't even like you, no particular look, smooth talk or black leather shoes. Who do I have to talk to get you out of my mind? But I can't.
Let's talk about the men in the competition. Apart from Edgar Kreilis, we have Bad Habits, we have Drixna, and we have Mix Tukurs. And I think we all need a Latvian course to say all of these names correctly. Yeah, Bad Habits is the band. I think it's the only band that's been selected so far. Last year we had two. We had Carousel, and we had the other band, which the Carousel guy was also in. But I like seeing bands in Eurovision. I like the stage. I like the possibilities of a different staging of like a classic rock band. And Bad Habits definitely would have to stage their song like this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm always looking forward to seeing bands because we know that most countries tend to go with solo performers. So far, there's only been one that is confirmed to go to Rotterdam. Whoops. And that's of course Hooverphonic. In some of the other national selections, there are some opportunities that we could be seeing bands, but that's yet to be decided. And yeah, I think they've got a nice song. I think that it's going to need a little bit more energy to really stand out, but I think there's opportunities there.
Yeah, this song reminds me to your typical good bar song, like folky rock band song.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the kind of bands that you'd see in Canada from the Maritimes region, because they have that kind of we were on the sea by day and playing
Shipping up to Boston.
Yeah.
Be kind for the ones who's kind to you. Be wise to consider where you had no clue. Remember the ones who pulled you through. Forget the rest who stepped on.
How about Drixna?
I watched his live audition, and the song is great, but I think he can improve on his vocals live, as I thought his live vocals weren't coming along so well in the song. So I think that's the main point he should focus on.
Yeah, there was some. For me, however, I found the whole performance quite captivating. I couldn't look away even if I was thinking it might not be so visually engaging. And then his voice kind of reminded me to Brainstorm, like a little kind of far away from, but like kind of similar to Brainstorm, which represented Latvia in 2000, and they came third. So who knows? However, I think it might not be the right year.
Stay with me tonight. You can feel it, laugh until we cry. Just stop, don't fight it. Are we wrong or right?
Let's talk about the two songs we haven't talked so far. Let's talk about I'm Falling For You by Mix Dukurs and I Will Break Your Heart by Katrina Bindere. Who wants to start with what song?
I'll start with, is it Mix Dukurs?
Yes.
Okay. The thing that I like about this is that he really pulls off that kind of soaring vocal really well. I feel like it's got a really strong chorus. Production wise, or if we're talking about like the genre, I worry about whether or not it's modern enough. But it's not necessarily a make or break thing, because especially when we're thinking about what Latvia sent last year, that was definitely, I'm not going to say it's not modern, but it wasn't necessarily, they weren't looking for big electronic sounds or anything. It was a loungy kind of understated track that was very pleasant. So, it could still work.
So Twan, do you want to finish up this round of the songs with Katrina Bindere's song?
Yeah, sure. So her song "I Will Break Your Heart" I really like. It's that kind of song that it's more up-tempo, more rocky vibe sung by a female, which I'm really a fan of. The only thing I'm kind of scared about is some people may find this song a bit generic, which may hurt it and not end up so well.
Into many little pieces till you fall apart. I will break your heart, tear your heart apart. Into many.
So if we had to pick a possible winner, who would we pick?
Samantha.
Yeah.
I'm going with Samantha and Karina Diamanta.
Oh yes, her as well. Yeah, I think so.
I am going to go with Samantha Tina because I think this year she has managed to get the whole performance right. We still have to see what she brings on stage on the actual day.
Exactly. And I think that because it's a song with a very notable drop, that could be a make or break moment. I really, really hope that they incorporate some choreography that's inspired by the music video, because I think that could work really well, but we'll have to see.
I was getting a little bit of Maroof vibes with like the pushing the
Yes.
trolley and with the leg and the heels. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I really like the costume she's wearing. She's giving me some Salome from Spain vibes.
Ah.
Mhm.
Estoy
Yeah.
llorando.
That was like in the 60s, in the Eurovision 60s or 70s, sometime like that.
Yeah.
So guys, that was what we thought about Latvia Supernova 2020. Let us know in the comments down below if you agree with us. Who is your winner for Latvia this year? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us, give us a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.